Hello and welcome to part 2 of DWI's PvE Guild Wars 2 guide for beginners. Today we're going to be going over the skill system, combat system, what events are, and how to level throughout the map. Alright, let's head on to the first section with your skills. You have 10 skills split into 2 sections. The first section is based on what you're holding in your hand. For instance, right now I'm holding a longbow. And if I were to switch my weapon, now I'm holding a greatsword, and you'll see that those skills change. This actually changes based on whatever you're holding in your hand at the time, not what your weapon is. You can actually pick up a rock off the ground, and your skills will change accordingly. This leads to some very dynamic environmental combos and things like that you can do. Very fun system in my opinion. If we go into more detail onto what these are, you can see that your first skill is actually your automatic attack. It's your auto attack. There is no auto attack in this game. It will always be your number one skill as your auto attack. And some items have chain skills. For instance, the great sword has brutal strike. If you hit with brutal strike, it'll go to great sword slice and then great sword swing after that. Whereas with the bow, it just has dual shot. You just keep shooting dual shot. Alright, we go on to the next set of 5 skills. If you can look here, these are your customizable skills, the ones that you can change. Slot 6 is dedicated to your healing skill. Since there are no dedicated healers in this game, you do have to worry about taking care of yourself. This is your main skill that you're going to be using to actually keep yourself alive. So be sure to look over all those and choose accordingly. Your next 3 slots are actually where the brunt of your skills are and where most of your customization is going to come from. They're your utility skills. They do everything from giving you boons, to healing you, to removing conditions, to damaging the enemy. Your last slot is your elite skill. Now these are very powerful skills that generally have very long cooldowns. For instance, you see Battle Standard here. It grants 3 separate abilities, has a nice radius, and when you plant it on the ground it revives fallen allies, which is a very nice ability. But it does have it has a 240 second cooldown, but I was able to decrease it to 192 through my traits. Alright, now we go into more detail on just what a skill is and how to read it. We say, for instance here, we have the banner of tactics. Top left, it'll tell you the name of the skill. Below that, it'll tell you the type of the skill. Below that, it'll tell you what the skill does. So for instance, it says it's a banner. So you place the banner to increase compassion and concentration for you and nearby allies, which is the skill description. Below that, it tells you specifically what stats it gives you. So for instance, Banner of Tactics lasts 45 seconds, gives you an extra 15 to your healing and a 10% boon duration. Below that it shows you the effective radius, whether or not it's a part of a combo, and the range is how far away you can actually plant it or use the skill. If you look on the top right, you can see the cooldown is 96 seconds. We'll try out another skill. For Great Justice is the title. It's a shout as the type of skill. It grants fury and might to yourself and allies. The specific stats on what it grants you: fury for 10.5 seconds, 3 stacks of might for 32.5 seconds. Its radius is 600, and it's got a 20-second cooldown. The next thing we come up to is the combat system, which is a very simple system. Like all MMOs, you attack, they take damage, they attack, you take damage. You can use separate skills, which allow you to do different things. Now, a big thing about combat in this game is actually you can dodge to avoid taking damage from an attack. So, for instance, he didn't do the attack I expected him to do, so I just dodged nothing. There we go. When it says evaded, that means you were supposed to take damage, but because you used your dodge ability, which is double tapping or hitting the V button, which is a default button for dodging, you didn't take damage instead. He keeps disappearing. See? Evaded one more time, a point in which I was supposed to take damage, but didn't take damage instead. I'm going to show you what comes up when you die, how to avoid dying, that whole sort of thing. So let's go ahead and we'll hit this guy a few times to weaken him. Alright. Now we'll let them kill us. What happens is when your health goes down to 0, you go into a secondary downed state. Now this state will, it's basically a safeguard against actually dying. This NPC is going to come up and kill all of them. So, for instance, if I kill one of the guys who are attacking me, I can rally from that state. Or if I don't rally, eventually my health will go down to nothing, and in that secondary state, and I will die. Furthermore, in that state, you do have a set of 4 separate skills. You have your basic attack, a special attack that you get, and a special ability that you get. For instance, warriors have Throw Stone, then they have Throw Hammer, which allows for a knockdown, and then they have Vengeance, which is a temporary rally in which you will die afterwards. Fully die, not go back into a down state. Your 4th skill is everyone's healing skill. You call for help, which allows for other people to heal you and bring you up from a down state. Or you heal yourself. This is countered with an attack, so you can't do it while you're being attacked by the mob that just killed you. As a side note, we do have a combo guide, which is another part of the combat system that goes in more depth as to what a combo is. I would advise you check out that video, which is on our channel. Alright, the next thing we come to are events. Events are random happenings in the world. They occur on timers or on specific things that need to happen in order for them to proc or activate. They appear when you're close enough. They appear in your mini-map and on the top right of your screen when you do come within range of an event. Events are a great way to earn experience, money, and karma. I would recommend doing them whenever you see them. Most are very fun. They can range from escort missions to defend outposts to fighting giant bosses. Alright, I'm going to have a couple of examples of events that I've done, that I've got recorded. And we can go on to the last thing, which is how to level, or the best way to do so. And so we come to the final part of this video, which is the basics on leveling. What you need to do to make sure that you're always going to be the correct level for an area. Unfortunately, there are just some areas that don't give you enough experience if you don't do enough events and things like that. But we'll get into that in a moment. I'll take you back to the map. Since the number one thing you can do to level in an area is to complete the map. Completing the map involves finding all waypoints, points of interest, doing all skill challenges, finding all vistas, and doing all tasks. When you complete a map, not only do you get experience for finding everything and doing everything, every single thing that you do earns you experience, but you gain a large amount of experience at the end, as well as very powerful items for that area, and money. And I believe you get mats as well, crafting materials for whatever level area you're in. The unfortunate thing is if you don't do enough events while you're doing the map, just focus on mapping and just do that, you're generally going to be too low of a level even after you do all that stuff. So what I like to do is just choose 2 areas. So for instance, you have Queensdale, the 1 to 17 area, and then you have Matrica Province, a 1 to 15 area. So say you're human, you do Queensdale, then you go to Matrica Province. By the time you got both of those done and you're in Kessex Hills, you're going to end up being level 17 or 18 for that 15 to 25 area. So just keep that in mind. There are multiple starting areas. There are multiple areas for each level. For the level that you're at, there are multiple areas that you can do. So pretty much in general, complete maps, do events. Be sure to know where other areas are in case you're not a high enough level for the next area. You can just go there, do a few things, and you'll be the right level in no time. Alright, as always, I hope this video was helpful, and thank you for watching. DWI is always looking for more members. We have information below, along with my in-game name. You can send me a mail if you have any questions or you're looking for an invite. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.